Region 3. Welcome, pre-meds. We are so excited to host you guys with the launch of our new newsletter. And so today we are going to give a talk on leadership in medicine. But before we get into all that, let's just go ahead through introductions. If you didn't read our introductions earlier in this newsletter, my name is Denisha Thomas. I'm a medical student at LSU Health Shreveport. And I am your MAPS East liaison. So I serve the states of Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Oklahoma in the great Region 3.
Hi, everyone. My name is Erica Onwubuchu. I'm a third-year medical student at the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, Texas, and I am your Region 3 MAPS West liaison. I serve chapters in Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado.
Hey everyone, my name is Michaela Goins and I'm a junior at Baylor and I serve as your Region 3 intern.
And so not currently with us right now is Albert Sarpong. He is a senior at Baylor and he is our pre-medical representative to the regional board. He's currently getting learned for some biochemistry for his MCAT. And so we send well wishes to him in his preparation efforts. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I think the point of this was to be an unstructured conversation about leadership in medicine along your pre-med and your med school journeys, you know. So who wants to start us off? Who has words? I have words.
Okay, let's hear them.
So I like to think of the pre-med journey as a leadership journey. I think it goes hand in hand, you know, like you don't necessarily, even if you feel like, oh, I'm just a member of my math chapter, or I'm just a member of AED or whatever pre-med society you're part of, there's no such thing as just a member when it comes down to the healthcare field. You know, it's like you're automatically viewed as a leader within your community. And that leadership journey really starts on the pre-med level. And it starts with how engaged you are on the pre-med level and you know, how you take your work, you know, like how you approach your undergraduate journey, whether it be research, whether it be, you know, a job that you have to work, whether it be, you know, your preparation efforts for the application cycle. I think that all leads into, you know, your ability to undertake this workload that comes with the med school journey. And not even that, it also leans to your interpersonal skills, you know, when it comes down to having to actually talk to patients, you know, because it's more than just knowing the information. It's talking to patients and knowing how to kind of like soothe them into knowing that, okay, this person knows what they're talking about. They're leading me in the right direction. And that's what I think of when I think of leadership in medicine, from pre-med, you know, to actually being a physician. So what are y'all's thoughts on that mantra?
Kind of going off of what you said, Denisha, it does start like, you know, in your undergrad, the pre-med years. So basically, I'm a junior at Baylor, like I said, and I'm still kind of, you know, trying to learn, you know, walk my way through, make the right decisions. And I still look up to people that are in my class and people that are just a year older than me, or, you know, you guys, you know, y'all are in med school. But I will say, when I was a freshman, I was kind of lost, and I had people that were in undergrad that were upperclassmen that guided me, kind of helped me to make the right decisions. So I would say, like, yes, you're not just a member, like a MAPS member. You also can help others by guiding them, help them make the right decisions, whether that's what classes to make, majors, kind of just guide them for like different research opportunities. It can start anywhere. You don't have to be a certain age, a certain position. Leadership can go through anything with anyone.
Absolutely.
I love that sentiment, like really like a lot. And I want to like emphasize that a little bit more, just kind of going from the undergraduate level to medical school. Yeah, like Michaela said, like leadership starts any and everywhere. There's not a particular person or fit for that position. I think everyone that chooses to walk this path of medicine is a leader innately. You have the skills, you have the experiences that, you know, make you more than qualified to be in this role. And so just as Michaela said, with that leadership role, you have almost a responsibility to, like, as you continue to trek on through this journey and, go through all the different requirements that's expected for you, you're also, kind of expected to kind of, as you go forward, kind of go back as well as bring someone else along the journey with you. Something that that I learned in medical school and in terms of leadership and really understanding like what that means, not just from the level of learning in academia and like studying and understanding the rigors, but then taking that experience and seeing how it's applied in the clinical world of things, especially as a third-year medical student on rotations right now. Your level of responsibility increases every year. First and second year, of course, the focus is largely on, getting good grades, getting volunteer experiences, figuring out what it is you could like and specialty wise. But then as you transition into the clinical wards, you're talking with patients, you're a devoted member and a devoted student in terms of like clinical decision making skills, and you're an important part of their plan of being able to educate and aware and care for the patients that you're working with. And so I think leadership again can be transferred in any part of your journey, from before medical school, before you knew that you wanted to be a doctor, before even college, even if you're in high school trying to figure out what schools to apply to and scholarships and things of that nature. There's leadership everywhere along the way.
Absolutely. And I think, to add on to what Erica was pointing at was, you're not embarking on this journey by mistake. A lot of us, we don't like to have it, but a lot of us have imposter syndrome along the way. Like, did they mean to admit somebody else, or did they mean, am I supposed to be here? Did they need to get the next person on the list? Was there another Denisha that they wanted? So a lot of us along the way can have imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not really a leader, and all these people just know how to lead. Like, am I supposed to be in this room? But you are absolutely supposed to be in this room. Every step along the way, there are people who see things in you, who give you opportunities because they see that you have the potential, and it's up to you to actually believe in yourself and kind of further nurture that growth of that potential. I think we all have the potential to be amazing leaders, and I think it's important to realize that leadership looks different for everybody. Leadership isn't always, oh, I'm standing up at the podium giving the speech at every workshop, or it's not always that. There's different styles of leadership. There's servant leadership, there's leading from behind, which goes in hand with servant leadership. And then there's the micromanagers who you don't want to be. There's just so many different ways that you can be a leader, that you can be impactful. Even just by leaving just a small word to your patients, you are being a leader in their lives, even if you're not the one who's saying, oh, we're going to do this brand new policy for the whole hospital. We like to think of, our leads, our shift leaders. We like to think of our directors of different departments as like the true leaders. We like to think of our chapter presidents as the true leaders. And while they do hold leadership roles, all of us are leaders in some form or fashion. I think it's important to start to figure out, what type of leader am I? Am I the leader who's going to, lead by example? And just give everybody behind me a good example to follow? Am I the leader who's going to go out and serve underserved populations? Or am I the leader who's just going to, not just, but am I the leader who's going to give words of encouragement to everyone I come across and further nurture people like that? Or am I the leader who's going to be the director and going to be making, those big decisions, And I think because we tend to think of leadership as making big decisions that impact so many people, folks tend to shy away from stepping into who they really are as a leader. But I think it's important to kind of cultivate and nurture that and realize that, there's so many different leadership styles, and there's no one right way to be a leader. We actually need all of those leaders, in order to have a healthy and fulfilled healthcare system. Like, we need all of those leaders because, directors, they're great, they make great decisions in the hospital, but who's going to be the one to meet the underserved needs of the underserved populations, who's going to be the one to put a smile on the patients' faces? Because our director's doing great things for, the physicians and healthcare providers in the hospital and making sure that we're on track, but who's going to make sure that our patients are on track? Not just clinically, but also emotionally, mentally? Who's going to make sure that they're on track? Who's going to give them a positive word? Who's going to mentor the medical students? Who's going to mentor the pre-med students? Who's going to mentor the high school students? So I think there's so many different levels of leadership that we tend to not think about when we think of, this broad topic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, with SNMA and MAPS being, about diversity, I think, like you said, Denisha, it's not just one way to lead. And I think that's really important to understand. Like, there's not one set method to being a leader. And so when there's all these different types of leaders, the diversity in leadership, I think it helps for other individuals to find what path they should take, and where they should go, the people that they can follow, because it helps build a structure, it helps people find themselves, and it helps people reach success. So like I said, coming into college, I definitely had some upperclassmen help me out, and it was just great to see that there was many different ways people did things. So when I came, I was a bio major, but now I switched to anthropology, and I'm just glad that I had people to help me, to help me make that decision, because it wasn't one set way. I thought I had to do it one set way, and it's not like that. And it's just really soothing when you know that there's more out there, there's more diversity, not just one way, and it helps fit to you personally.
Absolutely.
I think that's really important. And so just kind of, again, emphasizing what has been said is, with leadership, like we said, it can be from any and everyone. And I think as you find and determine along your journey, like what type of leader you are, I think it's important to find mentorship to help guide that process for you and help really pull out that potential. Like Denisha and Michaela have mentioned, everyone has the potential to be a great leader. And imposter syndrome is so real. I've experienced it many a times being on rotation. But you have to recognize that you are where you are. You're meant to be there. You deserve every opportunity that you are getting. You are enough. You are smart. You are capable. You are intelligent. So don't let any of those negative Nancy's, whether in your head or out there, saying things to you, don't take it personal. Don't internalize that. Honestly, think about the impact that you're wanting to have in the patients that you want to treat, and use that as motivation and encouragement to really kind of like work on figuring out, okay, this is what I want to do, these are people that I want to serve, and this is how I want to do it. And just go after that. Like you have every opportunity under the sun, and you are capable and willing to achieve all that you're wanting to achieve as a leader.
Absolutely. Man, so I think this is a great discussion. I think this is a great Candid Corner. And I hope, y'all are starting to catch on to the fact that these aren't going to be structured. These are coming from the heart in the moment, what we really and truly feel based off of our individual journeys. And so I hope that you all got something super important from this conversation. We're going to continue to have these every single month on different topics, things that we think that you need to hear as a pre-med student, to just push you past the finish line a little bit, because we all need that push. Erica and I both have had that push, and we continue to push each other. Erica just pushed me last night when I wanted to be super anxious about something really big that's happening today. And so, it never ends. It never ends. We need each other, and we are going to continue to be there for you. And we hope that, you find even more mentors who are going to be there for you along the way. And this is just one way that we want to show y'all that y'all have the support. So if you need anything, our contact information is in this newsletter. Michaela, Erica, any final thoughts?
Go dream big. Dream big. Don't. That's it. Just dream big.
Keep going.
After it. Keep going. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing's impossible. So with that, we're going to wrap this up. We'll see y'all in February. We hope you enjoyed this. We're not on YouTube, but subscribe to our channel, thumbs up this video, leave a comment down below, hit the bell notification, all the things. But we'll see y'all next month. And if y'all need anything, we're here. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, stop recording.
I'm trying to like not. Okay.
No.
I'm sitting like this, and I don't like where I'm sitting. Is it fine? Should I have like a more professional
Cord. Oh, wait, no. Wait, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Wait. Why did you do that?
Oh shoot! I need to restart because I didn't do mine. I didn't put where